Hello, 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 and welcome back to my channel, folks. It is me, Michaela. I am, in fact, in a different location than I normally am, and that is because I am home for the holidays, which means that I am at my parents' house, which means it's the end of the year, which means it's time to talk about my favorite reads of the year. Okay, let's go. Shall we? I'm just gonna kind of talk about my 5-star reads of the year. You know, my 5-star reads for 2022. Of course, it's still like mid-December, so I haven't read everything I'm gonna read this year. I mean, I guess if something blows me out of the water, it'll just have to be included in next year's 5 stars. Because I don't know yet, I haven't read anything. I think I've read like 40 books this year. Maybe just under. And I had 7 that were 5-star reads. Hi, editing Michaela here. Apparently, I am unable to count, as I in fact said there were 7 books on this list when there are only 6. But maybe I actually was just, predicting the future, because since I filmed this, I actually did read Every Heart a Doorway by Seanan McGuire, which is the first book in the Wayward Children's series, and I gave that one 5 stars too. So add that to this little list. And this number's correct, so yay! I'm going to talk to you about these books, and I'm going to try and tell you about them without giving you almost anything, because I personally really like going into books knowing almost nothing. So I'm going to try and give you the bare minimum. So let's get into it. The first 5-star read was actually the final book in a series. So I'll just talk about the whole series because, you can't talk about the 3rd book in a trilogy without giving away anything, right? So I gave 5 stars to The Hero of Ages, which is the 3rd book in Era 1 of Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I feel like almost everybody has heard about Mistborn at this point. It's not like it's brand new on the scene or anything. And like it's off the beaten path kind of book series. I gave the whole series, I think, between 4.5 and 5 stars. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. I find that Brandon Sanderson's writing is really easy to digest, especially when you're reading something that is very strict magic system and high fantasy. It can get really overwhelming really fast. So it's really nice to be reading something like that and find it really enjoyable and easy to understand. Just his writing is simple, but not in a bad way. It's in a good way. I love it. It means I can just read faster and just eat these books up, So in Mistborn, we are following Vin. She is young. She finds out she has elementic powers. Those are you be eating metals and then you be using metals to do stuff. Also, there's a heist, and we know how much I love heists. Something can be a horrible book, but if it has a heist, I'm gonna just bump it up the ladder on ratings because I just love a heist in anything. I talk about that in my Red Queen series. I will link that over there because Glass Sword has a bit of a heist. Speaking of heists, another 5-star read for me this year was 6 of Crows by Leigh Bardugo. Now this is the first in a duology. I haven't read Crooked Kingdom yet. Don't spoil me, don't tell me about it, I don't know. But I did read 6 of Crows and I absolutely loved it. Another heist scenario. In that one, we're in the Grishaverse, which is the same world as the Shadow and Bone trilogy, which I did also read, but I didn't love it as much as 6 of Crows. And in that, you're following 6 people. We have We have multi-POVs from all of them. Basically, everybody is a main character. And again, we have a heist. And we love a heist. We love a heist in this house. Not in this house. Nobody pulled a heist on my house. Thanks. Another 5-star read. Absolutely loved it. Can't wait to read Crooked Kingdom. It is on my Christmas list. I hope somebody bought it for me. Another one I really loved was Finlay Donovan is Killing It by Elle Cosimano. In this book, we're following Finlay, who is a author. She meets her editor at a Panera and accidentally is hired as a hitwoman, and shenanigans ensue from there, and it's just an obscenely, unbelievably obscure, as far as you can go past the realm of belief scenario. It's just a fun time. I loved it. I read it twice this year. I read it and then months later I listened to the audiobook because I was like, remember that? I loved it. And it was 5 stars again on the reread when I already knew what was happening. It's kind of like a fun, dark humor, cozy mystery scenario. I had a really good time. I would suggest it. Great to get you out of a reading slump, TBH. Not gonna lie. Okay, so that's 3. What else did I give 5 stars? What were my favorite books? I did not make notes for this. I'm just going off the cuff. I'm just flying by the seat of my pants over here, okay? I had 2 actually 5-star reads in November, which I talk about in my November reading wrap-up. I will link that somewhere, so you can check that out for a bit more information. But one was The House in the Cerulean Sea by TJ Klune. I listened to this on an audiobook. I really want to pick up the physical book. I want to read it again. I loved it so much. Heartwarming, light fantasy book. We have an orphanage of magical children, and we have the connections that grow and the friendships that grow between the orphanage and a caseworker who is gone to investigate the orphanage's state. My heart, my little heart, you know what, like, I'm not the Grinch, like, my heart is not 2 sizes too big, but it did grow 3 sizes that day. Christmas, fa la la. And then the other book I gave 5 stars was actually a YA mystery thriller, which is A Good Girl's Guide to Murder by Holly Jackson. This is the first in a trilogy, I believe. I have not read the other books. I've only read the first, but the first one was absolutely amazing. We have a high school girl who is using a senior project to solve a 5-year-old missing persons case. We have multimedia aspects in it. It is super fast, super fun. It got twists, it got turns. It was great. It was great. It was great. The last book that I gave 5 stars to this year and was in my top reads was A Curious Beginning, which is the first book in the Veronica Speedwell mystery series by Deanna Raybourn. I can't believe I almost forgot it because I loved it so much. You know what? I think I almost forgot it because I read it in like one day and it was in July. It was a brief but glorious time reading that book. You have a cozy historical mystery where you're following Veronica and then she meets up with Stoker. You got slow burn, you got mystery. It's a really good combination of like plot driven and character driven story. There's so many more books in the series, and one other thing that we know I love, if you see my booktube newbie tag, is that I love a series. So I can't wait to get my hands on more of that series. There we go. This has been my chaotic, I can't explain it to you guys. I have so much energy right now. I'm talking to oh my god, look who it is. Hi. You joining in, are you? This is Benjamin. He's 11 and a half and the love of my life. Look, I just have a lot of energy. Those were my 5-star reads of the year. Now you know a bit more about me and what I love this year. And you've also met Mr. Benjamin. How cute. Thank you for watching this video, guys. And I will see you. Oh, wait. Guys, I still don't have an intro. Wait, an intro? No, I also don't have an intro. I still don't have an outro. If you like this, like it, because that's how that works. Give me a comment down below. What were your favorite books of the year that you read? Were any of them the same books as me? Did you hate the books that I loved? Did you love the books that I love? Can we be besties? Let me know down below. We are rhyming now because we are poets. Bam, bam, bam. Give me a little subscribe. Give me a little follow. Be my friend on the internet. Talk to me about books. I will see you in another video. I post every Friday at noon Eastern Standard Time. And until then, bye-bye.